Good. Thank you for joining.
On my side is night time.
Yes, our speaker is ready for us. But before we go forward, more people are still joining us. It's 8 p.m. finally. Please, if you are not speaking, please kindly mute your mic so that we can hear each other clearly. And when it's time for you to speak, I'll let you know so you can speak. Don't worry. Be free to express yourself. Be attentive. We're all here to learn from each other. So I propose that we wait till 8:03, which is 3 minutes after 8, for more people to join the call, and then we get started. We won't waste your time at all. We go to the main point, and trust me, it's gonna be a wonderful session tonight. I hope everyone can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. So it's 8:01 already. 2 minutes more and we go. I've shared the link to tonight's session in the chat. Please kindly help us share with your network. Kindly help us share with your network so that everyone can join. Yes, please. So thank you so much.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello. Good evening, sir. So who am I on to this? Should I move on?
So yes, good evening everyone, good morning, good afternoon, based on where you are. So yes, it's time to go. Thank you so much for your patience and thank you so much for joining us. Before I go ahead, let me confirm, can everyone hear me clearly? Can everyone,
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
muted. Okay,
We are getting you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, let's go ahead. So before we go, my name is Oyindamola Oshinubi, and I am the founder of Digi Shapers Africa. the initiative hosting the event we are here for called Digify 1. But before I why I started Digify, DigiShapers Africa, and we decided to host a virtual summit called Digify 1.0. Let's just do some icebreakers. So I'll have 5 people speak, and this is it. If you could choose an age you want to be forever, what age would that be and why? Yes, so if you could choose an age you want to be forever, so just to like break the tension in this room right now, it's an icebreaker. So if you could choose an age you want to be forever, what age would that be and why? So if you want to speak, simply unmute your mic and speak. Just 5 people will be allowed to speak, and after we move into the session proper.
Okay, can we go now?
Yes.
All right. My name is Usman. I am a graphic designer, and I would say age 20. And the reason is because at that age, I was able to find a purpose for myself and decided to take a step. And I had the physical and mental ability to go for what I chose to do in life. So I think if I would want to be at a particular age forever, I think I would like to be 20 years old forever because I have the physical and mental ability to follow my dream. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Usman. Yes, the next person, if you could choose your age, what age would it be and why? So who's willing to go next? Toke, are you speaking to us? So who's willing to go next? If you could choose an age forever, what age would it be and why?
Okay, good evening,
yes,
everybody.
Melissa, go ahead. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead,
Okay.
please.
I think if after I will pick an age for like an age for myself, then definitely I'll be going for age 19, 20. Yes, because I tend to see people of that age range because that's one of the best age one can be at the moment because you tend to be exposed to a lot of opportunities and you find it so young, like so easy because the brain is still young, sharp, and then we have access to a lot of people at that age to maximize a lot of opportunities.
Interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. It's how everyone wants to be young for me. 2019. So yes, Mona Lisa, go ahead.
Okay, so on my side, I would say the age I would want to be forever is 8 years old. The reason why 8 years old, because you're still a kid, you don't have to worry about real life problems like adult problems, like you don't have to worry about electricity, water. Your parents handle that, they spoil you, just give you whatever you want. If you want this, you get it. You just don't have to worry about anything like okay, we run out of this, run out of that, where do I buy that type of thing. So yeah, I think 8 years old, and also I think that age you tend to be very confident as a kid. You don't worry about puberty. There's no insecurity. You're just so confident. You say what you want when you want, whatever you want. So yeah, 8 years old.
Wow, 8 years old. Interesting. Thank you for sharing, Mona Lisa. Thank you. Ridwan, yes, I see you raising your hand. Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for hosting us. So I believe if we are going to go back, like choose a particular age, and at the same time we have to go back in time. And if I'm going to pick a particular age, it will be the age I was in 2013, 2012 stroke 13. And the reason being that I think that was when Bitcoin was, you know, I don't know, discovered, I guess. So the reason I'm picking this period is so that I can invest in Bitcoin. And by this period, I'm already, probably a billionaire, something like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sam, if you can
Hello, good
hear
day,
me.
everyone. Yes, good day. My name is Samuel. If I could pick an age forever, it would be 35. 35 because I'm technically at half my years, half my years of life. I would have, you know, I'm at maximum physical strength at that age. I would have all the knowledge of the previous years and all the wisdom needed to, well, I wouldn't go older than 35, but I would have all the wisdom needed to go forward. At 35, I can be a child if I choose to, and I can also relate with adults if I want to. So I'll pick 35 because it's just like the optimum age. At 35, you should you should maybe have gotten it figured out. If not, something close to that. But I like 35 because it's just about perfect for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sam. 35, that's cool. I think you are the one who's spoken about an older age so far. Yes, lastly, Toke, please go ahead to speak. So we move into the session proper. Yes, Toke, if you can hear me, please go ahead to speak.
Good evening. My name is Toke. If I would have, the age I would have loved to be was when I was like probably 8 and 9, because that time I was doted upon. Like I was totally dependent on everyone around me. So I don't have to worry about what I have to eat, what I have to hear, and stuff like that. And I realized that at that stage of my life, or at that period of my life, I I was doing so well for myself. I was doing so well, though I was at a tender age then. But everything I was doing it so well. Maybe because I was emotionally stable, physically I was also stable. I realized that the older I get, my emotion becomes tampered with. So I'd have loved to go with age 8 and 9 like that. Thank you.
Interesting. 8, 9, 19, 20. Only one person chose an older age, 35. Guys, please, if at any point you can't hear me, just type it in the chat box so that I'm always reading the comments, because I want us to really have a good session. So, Harold, can you hear me now?
Well, loud and clear now. I can hear you well.
Thank you so much. So,
Yeah.
welcome once again, everyone, to Digify 1.0, hosted by Digi Shapers Africa. Digi Shapers, like we all said, I did an icebreaker for two reasons. First, to reduce the tension in the room, and also to show us something how everyone wants to be younger, because they associate youth with more opportunities. Some for like those who pick 8, 9. I mean, that's for people who want to be children again. Lesser responsibilities, no more opportunities, more things are in your favor if you are disciplined, if you can work it out. Basically, you have more time to enjoy the things you've worked out for. And we can relate it to the reason why Digi Shapers Africa was established. Especially here in Africa, we find that yes, the internet has got into our side. Many of us are riding on the wings of the internet, but many young people are still excluded out of this digital access, out of this digital transformation that is going round societies across the world, not only in Africa. And right now, it's been predicted by research that by 2030 or thereabout, most of our jobs would be replaced by artificial intelligence, automation, big data, and all of that. Now, this is not to scare anyone. The internet is not here to take our livelihoods away. For every job the internet takes away, research shows that it provides 2.4 jobs. So that means that the internet creates job even faster than the pace it takes away jobs. But what this also means is that the future of work has radically changed. If you are not internet savvy, if you are not digitally savvy, if you are not tech savvy, you will be left behind. That's what it basically means. And for many young people, especially in low income communities and marginalized communities, they are still excluded from this possibility. They are excluded from this reality. And that is one of the reasons I founded Digi Shapers Africa to enable this digital inclusion, digital literacy, and prepare young Africans, like most of the people we just spoke here today, for the future of work. And this is for everybody. And I don't think anyone wishes to be dead maybe in the next 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or even 30 or 40 or 50. I mean, almost everyone wants to be a Methuselah. But if you see yourself still being around, you need whatever you are studying, you need to take your digital education and literacy seriously, or else you'll be left behind. So I'll talk more about what we do in the coming days. Let's not go deeper tonight because our speaker is available. Yes. So I said that to just hint you about the reason why we are here and what to expect. About what to expect so that it won't be strange to you. And thank you once again for joining. So right now, I'll go ahead to read the speaker citation and our speaker will come on board. To check again, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can get you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, the speaker citation. Olawumi Kolawole is a marketing, sales, and growth professional with over 2 years of experience. He has an in-depth understanding of bootstrapping and is skilled at using limited marketing budgets to achieve outstanding results. With an educational background in statistics, he utilizes statistical concepts to create marketing and sales strategies for both brands and individuals. He has obtained certifications from renowned institutions such as Facebook, HubSpot, Google, IE Business School, and Northwestern University in SEO, web content writing, and marketing and social media management. He has worked with fintech, edtech, and e-commerce brands in Nigeria and other countries. He serves as the digital marketing lead for My Sasson African Groceries in Texas, USA, and is the marketing lead for More Techies in Lagos, Nigeria. Additionally, he is the founder of Feathercom, a data tech brand that aims to connect researchers with survey takers and data collectors. Here at the Digify 1.0 Summit, Olawumi Kolawole, whom is popularly called Biggie, yes, I call him Biggie, will be speaking on leveraging the internet for personal and mental development and productivity. I have worked with Biggie and he has an outstanding record of excellence. And for my interactions with him, his transformation journey is awesome, is very stunning. So tonight, Olawumi Kolawole will be teaching us how we can utilize the internet for our personal and mental development and productivity. Because if you do not know how to productivize your time on the internet, you will press your phone into oblivion and brokenness. Yes. And you won't become something, you won't become an asset to this generation, which we need you to become. So please welcome with me Olawumi Kolawole to Digify 1.0. He is our first speaker, and I think he deserves a great round of applause. So if you can, please unmute your mics, snap your fingers, tap your tables, maybe do some drum rolls if you can, and just welcome with me, Olawumi Kolawole. Thank you so much. Yes, so yes, over to you.
All right. So, I want to be sure everybody can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Indamala, for this
You're
opportunity.
welcome. Thank you for honoring our invite.
Okay. I want to be sure I'm not sounding stressed because it's been a stressful day for me. I want to be sure you can hear me clearly. So we'll just do this as fast as we can and as enjoyable as we can make it be, because in teaching these things, like, we have to have fun. I know we have a lot of generation. We are in a generation that we want to have fun while working. We want to have fun while learning, and it's way different from what it was then in the 80s and 90s, where they have to go through a lot of textbook in the library because they want to solve Hooke's law. When they want to have a definition to a particular topic in physics or chemistry, they have to go to the library, spend 5 hours, and start searching through textbooks, before they could get a hold of a particular short definitions like Hooke's law and gaseous law and all those kind of things. But we have the internet. And if I ask anybody here that what is Hooke's law, I'm sure you just put it in Google and Google brings it out under 5 seconds. And that's like incredible. That's like a whole lot of things, If we in this meeting today decide to build a bridge, and we want to be like, oh, what's the diameter, what's the length, what are the things we need to build a bridge, and we'll start making research. I didn't mean it is in the 80s. We start making research. Oh, we need a wood, we need gravels, we need sand, we need cement, we need these things and that, we need iron rod and all those kind of things. But we have to go through a lot of research. We have to bring in the physicists, the chemists, the engineers, the civil, and everybody. But just this night, if you want to build a bridge, you can just put it on Google, materials to build a bridge, and everything will just pop up in the list. And you don't even have to click on it. You just write it out of Google. We don't actually know how magnificent and how significant these things are. These things have actually shaped our environment. That's changed a lot of things, and we need to actually understand the impact of internet so that we could actually fit into it and take advantage of it. Now, one of the things I want you to learn, one of the things I want everyone to pick out today is the fact that the difference between the 80s and 90s and the internet age is speed. It's actually speed. That's just the difference. We are still doing the same thing. We are still trying to go to school to learn. We are still trying to build products. We are still trying to build goods. We are still trying to solve problems, but we solve it faster. We do things faster than it was in the olden days, in the 80s. If you want to do anything now in the internet age, you have the capacity to do it faster than those in the 80s. And that is it. And anybody that is slow in this age is actually fucking everything up. And you'll be amazed at how backward you'll be. So the difference is speed, but we'll get to it. So let me just get to it. And I want to be sure you can hear me. And I want somebody to let me know. Can you hear me? And are you following?
Yes, I can hear you. I think
Perfect.
others can hear you too.
Perfect. So moving to leveraging the internet for personal and mental development and productivity. Yeah. I'm Olawumi Kolawole, as Indamala have said, marketing and sales enthusiast. Yeah, study statistics in Federal University of Technology, Akure. I did well, love data, can write out code and everything, but come on, all those things doesn't make sense to me. I just want to talk to people, and I just love marketing and sales, and I ventured into it about 2 years ago, and it's been awesome. And I'll be telling you a lot of stories in the course of this in this lecture, so please pay attention to my stories. So next slide, please. Please, next slide. Can you help me through? All right, so what is leverage? That's the key. We want to talk about the internet. We want to talk about productivity. those are the major things we want to talk about: mental development and leverage itself. So what is leverage? But before we discuss leverage, I'll define and explain what a lever means and that's where the word leverage comes from. Lever itself. Anybody that is a physics student here, that's attended a science student, we already know what a lever means. But straight, next slide. Right. So what is a lever? A lever is it's a simple machine that can be used to multiply the applied force, change direction of the applied force, or both. Now, what that means is it's a machine. What the machine does is it makes work simpler. Instead of two of us carrying a block from point A to point B, we have a wheelbarrow that we can use to push 10 blocks. All right. In the 80s, we want to construct a town hall for the community, and we are producing the block cement here, and the construction center is about 5 kilometers from our place. What we are going to do is, okay, each and everybody in the community, we start picking the blocks one by one, and we start moving into the construction center, and we do it that way. Now, it takes a lot, about 50 people that will move it at once. No, we cannot move it that way. In the internet age, what simple machine does is it makes work faster. Now, with a wheelbarrow, I can move 10, another person can move 15, another person can move 5 all at once. The same distance, but this time around, it increases productivity. That is what a simple machine does. Now, a lever is what multiplies the applied force. Now, for you to carry one block, you're actually applying a force. You are applying a force to carry it on your head and start moving from one point to another. You are applying a force, because without a force, the block will not move at all. And same as that's what machine does for you. For you to move 150 blocks from here to here using a wheelbarrow, what you are doing is you are using the wheelbarrow to increase and multiply your efforts. Now, the same effort that you will use to move one block is the same effort that we will use in pushing the wheelbarrow. So what a lever does for you is it increases, it catalyzes your effort. Instead of you putting in an effort worth $5 into something, what it basically does for you, and you getting a result worth of $5, what a lever does, it increases your effort, it multiplies it for you. It changes it to about $50, and then you get a result worth of $50. So examples of lever, we have first-class lever, which is a scissors. So instead of you using your hand to cut paper, right, you use scissors and it becomes faster. Is that not it? Instead of you using your hand to cut a rope, you use scissors. I give an example of wheelbarrow. Instead of you moving blocks or wood one by one, you can use wheelbarrow to just pack everything and go. Instead of using your hand to move sand, you can use shovel. So what a lever particularly do is it multiply. That is the key. It multiplies the applied force. So let's in today's world, let's kind of describe it in relation to the internet. I was making an example then that if you want to construct a bridge, when in the 80s, what we do is we go to the library, we start searching through textbook. It takes us about a long day for us to get to that, for us to know, okay, the amount of cement that we use, the quantity, the ratio, and all those type of material that will be needed for the bridge. It takes us months for us to search them out from textbooks. But in the internet age, what it does is we want to search. It's still the same effort. I want to know about something in the 80s. I will go to the library. I want to know about something now in the internet age. It's still the same effort. You want to know. Curiosity. That's the effort there. That is the force. In the 80s, you are curious. You go to the library. Now, in the 20th century, you are curious also. You go to the internet. But for you, in the 80s, you are going to spend like 3 months searching through numerous books before you can draw that information, because you don't have any lever. You don't have any lever. But in the internet age, you are simply putting it in Google. And Google now works as a lever. It now multiplies your effort. It multiplies your curiosity. It goes through the books for you at once and draw those information out for you in very small seconds, in a short time frame, Google does that for you. Now, move to the next slide. So now let's discuss leverage. Now that you understand lever, I want us to discuss leverage. Leverage means using tools, technology, assets, or resources to achieve specific goal. So I'll continue using things like examples of developing a bridge, right? So looking at it, we have levers like wheelbarrow, we have levers like the scissors that we use, we have levers like plumb and those equipment that make things faster if you want to construct a bridge. Now, we are leveraging those resources. Leverage means using tools, technology, assets, and resources to achieve specific goals and outcome. So let me just give you a very short story here, and I hope it makes you understand how you use your leverage. Everybody has leverage, that is it. There's nobody in life that does not have a leverage. You have a lever in you. It is there, it is around you. It might be dead to you. When I left school, I physically do data, I write AL codes, I do SPSS analysis and all those kind of things. But I don't enjoy it. It's just me. I don't say that data science is not good or it's not in vogue. It's fine. I founded a company that does data, but personally, it's not my calling. But I was broke. I don't have fund. I do those things. I do analysis for students and all this kind of thing. But I'm not living the type of life I should be living. Financially, I'm in deep shit. If you look at it. So I was just there, what can I do in my life? What did I like doing? Then I ventured into marketing, just to move it fast to the fact that to leverage. I started learning. If you know tech very well, you don't start tech today and you understand it tomorrow. So I started learning tech. So after a short while, I started talking about how marketing is, what I understand about sales, what I know about sales, what I know about marketing. So I'm learning, I'm taking courses online. I was using the internet. I was leveraging the internet, yes, but that's not where I'm going. Something now happened. I was looking for a job. Who will employ a statistics guy for a marketing role? Go work now, Kujora, all right? It's not the same thing. I studied statistics in school. Although I did well in school, that's just by the way. It's not because I didn't do well in school. I think my GPA was more than 4.0, so it's not because I did not do well in statistics. That's why I'm running away. So, but statistics and marketing, it's not following now. Who will employ me for that role? Started talking about how I do marketing on my WhatsApp. I broadcast myself, allowed myself, talk about it a lot. This and this marketing, you want to market your products, this and this. Do you know that the first marketing role that I got came from somebody it's on my WhatsApp? That person, we've never had a conversation before. What we do is we view our WhatsApp status. We've never had a conversation. But he noticed that, okay, what I talked about this on my WhatsApp is marketing. It seems I understand what I'm doing. Then it gave me an opportunity. That is me leveraging my assets. That is me leveraging my access to that person to get a recommendation for a role. That is a leverage. Now, I might continue crying that I don't have a job, I don't have good financial standing, this and this, but come on, there's a leverage there on my WhatsApp contacts that I'm not using. There's an asset there that I'm not using. If I did not study marketing, I cannot use that asset. Now, you have to have applied force, according to lever. You have to have what? Applied force. There have to be a force that the lever will multiply. There have to be a force that the lever will multiply. Now, that person that recommended me for that job is a leverage. It's a lever. But the applied force that is there is me, myself, studying marketing, going into sales, learning tech. That is the force I'm applying. And the leverage that multiply that effort is my access to that person. So your own leverage is there. It might not be access to people, it might be access to resources. So I own a pig farm, right? That's just by the way, I need to chip that in. I own a pig farm around in my village. And basically one of the things I think helped me most, my cost of production is very low. So I sell my own pigs at a very low price compared to competitors around me. Why? It's because there is a company around me. There's a company around there that does this cassava thing, they process cassava. So I have a friend there that's always telling me, if I need this thing, I can come and take it. So I practically have access to cassava peel for free and pick eat those things, right? So I have access to those things. I just go there, I need these things, and I'll go and take it now, go and pack it. So we just move them to the farm and we feed our pig with it free. That is feeding. That is me leveraging what? The resources and access I have to my friend. Now, it is there. Access to my friend is there. Resources to the resources of feeding pig is there. Now, if I did not have the applied force, which is what me starting up a pig farm, I can never use that leverage. I can never use that leverage. So that is how you can leverage resources. So leverage means using tools, technology, asset, resources to achieve specific goals. But believe me, you can be there saying you don't have leverage. Oh, I'm here, I'm broke, I don't have it. No, you can never be at level 0. No. There will be something you can leverage. There will be resources, there will be assets, there will be technology, there will be a tool you can leverage. You are just not seeing it. Next slide, please. So let me now ask a question. I would like somebody to respond to me. Is the internet a lever, which what I've explained so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I think somebody is following. So how is the internet a lever? Let me go deep into that. The internet is a huge lever because of the speed factor that I've explained. It's the best time in life that you can become a millionaire. This is the best time to become a millionaire in the history of humans. If you are poor, you don't have money, anything, don't be sad, because you are in the best time of humanity. You are in the best time to make money. You are the best time to leverage things. You are the best time to go ever, because you have access to any form of information. In the 80s, you have a lot of information that are only stored in the city libraries. If you are living in your village, you cannot access those information because they are in the city library alone. People in the city will only be able to access those information. They will be able to get on those research and win scholarship and win grants. You that schooled in the village will never access those information if it is in the 80s or 90s or when there was no internet. Now, an human being in New York, and somebody in Edo State in Nigeria, if it's not because of the economic difference of both countries, they have equal opportunity of becoming a millionaire. Why? Whatever anybody in New York can access through the internet, you can also access it in your village in Edo State. So the internet is a huge lever. If I'm moving a block, if you're using wheelbarrow to move things, it's still a bit slow, yes. But the speed of internet is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that if you want to build a bridge and you want to know the number of material, put it on Google. It's going to take Google about 0.2 seconds to produce a result for you. That means by tomorrow morning, if somebody wakes you up and say, list 10 material that can be used to build a bridge, without you being a civil engineer, without you being a civil student, without you studying anything about housing, without you being a bricklayer, without you attending any seminar around building and construction, you will be able to list 10 materials that is used in constructing bridge. Why? Because you just put it on the internet and the internet gave you answer in just 2 seconds. Do you know how crazy that is? It means me that study statistics sat in my room, crying that I don't have a job, crying that I don't have people giving me money, sat in my room in 2019 and decided to transition to marketing and sales and got on the internet, got on YouTube, started watching, never took any certification, and somebody gave me my first gig of 150,000 naira. That is how crazy the internet is. It means somebody that studied arts in school can go get out with a third class and decide, I want to start learning computer programming. And all you need to do is put it on YouTube, and there will be a class for you every single day. The internet is truly a lever. Now it depends on how you are using the internet. If we, as I've explained the lever earlier on about wheelbarrow, if you compare it to what we do these days, if we want to construct our town hall, as I was explaining, and you were given a wheelbarrow to move the block from point A to point B with a distance of 50 kilometers. Now, if you are given that wheelbarrow, if you put that wheelbarrow on your head with the block, it is not the fault of the lever. It is not the fault of wheelbarrow. I think everybody will agree with me on that. Or you were given scissors to cut, let me say, from ropes, but you decide not to use the scissors. You decide to put the scissors in your pockets, and you start using your teeth to cut it, and you spend about 30 years doing that particular job. It is not the fault of the scissors, right? Because you have access to the scissors. Now, it is not the fault of the people that gave you the scissors too. And it is never the fault of your friends that are using the scissors correctly. Now, if your friends were able to use their own wheelbarrow correctly, move the block inside, push it to the construction center, and they are all built in 3 days, it is not their fault that you, instead of putting block in your wheelbarrow, you put one block in your wheelbarrow, you place it on your head, and started moving it again. Now, what I'm trying to explain there is, if you're using your own internet to view WhatsApp status of people, if you're using your own internet to Google, to watch the news, to watch celebrity news, if you're using your own internet to watch what is happening between one celebrity and another celebrity, if you're using your own internet to watch what is happening on blogs, to read blogs, if you're using your own internet to follow Twitter violence, if you're using your own internet to follow whatever is happening in CNN and Al Jazeera and all those kind of things, and you end up having a very poor financial life. You're having a very poor romantic life. You don't have a relationship. No woman wants to date you. No man wants to talk to you. Your family hates you. Nobody's moving to you. If you use your own internet in that way, you can't blame anybody, right? You can never blame anybody because you have access to it. Just like people that have access to wheelbarrow, they use it correctly, they will build their all in a very short period of a time. So people that have access to internet too, if they are using it correctly, they are going to progress in life, both financially, spiritually, emotionally, even in romance. Because how successful you are determines how much you can attract the opposite gender. Forget about all the old noise on Twitter and everywhere about women this, men that, and every type of things. Nobody likes to associate with failure. So believe me, if you're a failure and you are crying about women do not want to talk to you, men do not want to talk to you, that's on you. Okay? So now, how you use the internet matters. What you do with the internet matters. Everybody has access to it. And what you do with it is always equal to the result you get. Take it or leave it. Let me give you a short story before I move to the next slide. I grew up in a very radical society. I used to be someone that, I was just saying it on my status today, that I used to be someone that love, like when I hear about courtism, I get excited. You get courtism. Whoa, wow. That's the kind of environment I grew up in. I don't have any vision. I'm just like going to school because everybody else goes to school. After leaving secondary school, I got admission. Yes, glory be to God. I think I was just opportuned. And after school, I went back home and I saw live. What I used my phone for then was to talk about, to follow Twitter violence. I had a girlfriend, and she broke up with me. Then I hated women. I was like, oh, women are bad. Women are this, women are something, women are this. I swallowed all of the nonsense on social media. I'm always on Twitter, looking at what's happening, following trends. I'm always updated with the league table. I'm always updated with which player is the top scorer. I'm always following the news of Two-Face, the band. Whiskey and Davido, let's bounce. Those are the things I was using my phone for then. You look at my top used app, it is always Twitter, WhatsApp. That is the kind of life I came from. I came from that type of life to check my phone now. If you want to know the most used app, it is always Slack. Then my Coursera app. Then Mailchimp, because I'm a professional email marketer. I do emails for about 3 companies. So I have to have my Mailchimp app on all the time. I know I missed matches so many times these days. I came from that type of life to a life that I'm here today speaking with you, just because I made use of the internet correctly. And just because I made use of the internet correctly for just 2 years. Just 2 years. Imagine I've been making use of it correctly for the past 10 years. Imagine where I'm going to be. So please, next slide. So let's talk about internet levers you can use to boost productivity and improve your personal development. I'm going to list some things and I'm going to let you know some things I use personally. I feel I have a mentor that always speaks to me, yes, but I feel there are some tools you cannot do without. And they are free tools, they are things you should be using. And I will tell a story about myself and how I transitioned from not having a job, how I transitioned from down my life into marketing and sales, into tech, and now working for startups and now being marketing leads for different brands. I'll give you those things and I hope it works for you too. Next slide. All right. Now, you are current. I don't want to know where you are in life, but if you are not scheduling, if you don't work on schedule, you will always be backward. Yes. You might say, I will set up the schedule, I'll just forget about it. Yes, because you are not disciplined yet. I was there too. I was here by 8 o'clock, exactly 5 minutes to 8. My schedule already alerted me. You have a meeting by 5 minutes. And what do I use? Google Calendar. It is free for everybody. You don't have to pay for that. It's simply go on your Google Calendar, tell Google Calendar to remind you that you have a meeting by 8. It's as simple as that. But most people don't use this tool. They don't schedule themselves. You wake up in the morning, you pick your phone, you go to Twitter. They're already dragging Peter Obi and Tinubu. You join them. Before you know, you roll from your bed at 10:30 a.m. That was when they were already closing deals. Sales people are already closing deals. You're just waking up by 10. You are just standing up from your bed by 10:30 a.m. I'm believing we are graduates here, right? I'm not talking to students. That was the life I was living. No schedule. So you have to plan your day ahead. Have a schedule. Have a breakdown of how you want your day to run. From 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., I will be taking course on Udemy. I will be taking a course on Coursera. I will be watching a video on YouTube. You don't need to watch video every day for 4 hours, 5 hours before you grow. All you need to do is have a schedule. Have a schedule. These are the things I want to do. My mom is sending me to market at this particular time. Let me go. I have a meeting with a friend. I have a meeting with a client. I have a meeting. You have to work with that. Plan your day ahead. Schedule your things. Another thing you need to notice is journaling. And Google Documents works for that. Your phone notepad works for that. You just need to talk to yourself. Journaling is a way where you talk to yourself. When my ex broke up with me, and I was like, women wanted money because I'm broke, this and that. It's a very terrible thing to start with. And when I started having conversations with myself, not necessarily start talking out loud, but what I needed to do is just talk on my phone, like put it on Google Doc, write it out. That your pain, what you are passing through, write it out. Put it in writing. This is me. This is who I am. I spoke to myself. If they reverse this role, am I somebody that is worth relationship? I am this. I don't have a plan. I've left school. I don't have a job. I don't have a plan about how tomorrow's meal will come from. I'm all over Twitter dropping my account number for giveaway. I will be talking about whiskey and Davido. That's what we put food on my table. Okay, for example, peradventure, there is a mistake and this lady gets pregnant for me. Will I be able to father a child now? Am I dateable? Am I worth somebody that should be in a relationship? And the answer will say, capital no. Okay, what can I do about that? Okay, I need a job. Okay, why don't you have a job? I was speaking to myself. Or that my CV is not good enough. Okay, what's happening in my CV? Okay, I have a very good CGPA. Yes, but CGPA alone will not give you a job. But what else do you have in your CV? Nothing else. Okay, can you write very well? No. How about speaking? No. Can you use Excel very well? No. What else can you do? You're just a graduate of statistics, man. Oh, who wants a graduate of statistics that doesn't have any other thing? All right, how can we solve that? Okay, you need to take a course. I'm not going to take it. Okay, what do you like doing? Sales and marketing. You like people. You like interacting with people. Okay, how can you start about that? Okay, there are some free courses and there are some cheap courses on Udemy. How about you start with that? How about you get a certification of content writing? How about you refine your writing very well first? How about you learn public speaking? How about you start watching YouTube videos on people that are excelling in marketing and sales? How about you learn their way of life? How about you stop following Davido? How about you stop following Whiskey? How about you stop following celebrity gist? How about you start following marketing and sales news, marketing and sales information on Twitter and everywhere you go? Okay, that will work, right? But I don't have a LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn that always worked for people. Okay, my LinkedIn, I've not even used it at all. I don't use LinkedIn. I thought it's nonsense. How about you start working on your LinkedIn? How about you revolutionize your LinkedIn? I spoke to myself. And how can I do that? It's through journaling. Journaling, all right? Talk to yourself. Make plans. Ideas come to your head. Put it down. Jot them down. That's how you journal. That's how you talk to yourself. So budgeting, again. Now, I always say that money-making skills is not as important as money management skills. It's everywhere. Your parents are broke, your cousins are broke, you have a broke family, you are broke. I'll put it to you that majority of your problem, financial problem, it comes from poor financial management, poor money management skill. You cannot manage the money you make. You are making 5,000 naira per month, but you are using 3,000 naira for sub. Stupidity. Why? It's because, oh, my sub is finished, let me just sub. You don't have budget for internet. You have to have a budget for internet subscription. Have a budget for this miscellaneous that I do every month. As your pay increases, you feel, okay, I'm not increasing these things yet. I had a farm that cost me about 5 million naira when I was still living in a single room. These are the things you do. These things, I cannot do them as at 2020. That's just crazy. Everything you see I'm talking about here happened in the space of 2 years. It was so radical. It was so fast a growth that I started working for brands in the USA. I started becoming leads. I joined a brand in 2 months. I was promoted to marketing lead in the brand. There were results. Our sales moved from $25,000 to about $50,000. There were results. It's how crazy it is. So I'm letting you know that if you just do this in 6 months, you start seeing results. That's plain like that. Just be serious with your life. So budgeting, what can you use to budget? Google spreadsheet. It's on your phone. It's free. How about you list out the money you want to spend out throughout the month? There'll be mistakes. Yes, accept it. You are learning. You're just growing. Can't be perfect yet. But budget. Have budget for everything. have budget for books, have budget for internet, have budget for everything you want to do. Then you now have savings. You have to save. Save for the raining day. Now, next thing is skills, right? What are the internet levels for skills? Udemy and Coursera, they are there. You can get financial aid and free courses on Coursera. You can get courses as cheap as 4,000 naira on LinkedIn, on Udemy. You can't tell me you don't have 4,000 naira, you're a liar. When you wanted to get money to send to your girlfriend for happy birthday, you know how you talk to your two of your friends that sent you 2,000 naira each, and you send it to your girlfriend. When you wanted to raise money for your new phone, you know how you spoke to your uncle and your aunts, and you got money. When you wanted to do a lot of things, when you wanted to solve, when you need internet subscription, you know how you always talk to people to help you renew your internet subscription. So if anybody comes to me and tell me, oh, I don't have money, I don't have 5,000 naira to buy a course on Udemy, I'll tell them to go. You're not serious yet. You are not serious yet, so go. So skills, Udemy and Coursera, they are there. They are internet levels. When I started tech in 2020, in 2021, I did more than 20 certifications. That's how crazy it is. If you go to Coursera, you have about 1 week, about 5 weeks. You always break their courses to 5 weeks, 4 weeks, right? So if you're very good with Coursera, you know what I'm saying. So 5 weeks for a course, they expect you to do it on the space of 5 weeks. So me, this is how I do it. I do one course in a week. I do one course in a week. So week 1, I'll pick week 1 and I'll finish it in that very day. In that very day, I'll finish week 1. That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is enough for me to finish a course on Coursera. I don't have a job, right? I don't go to anywhere. I don't move out. So what am I doing? If I'm not taking a course and finishing it in a week, what am I doing? What else? I don't have anything to do. So that's how fast you can grow. I did 20 certifications. You can go to my LinkedIn and check, you see them there. In writing, in marketing, in SEO, I did those courses then. And before you know, when I started applying for a job, I got the job. Yes. You cannot tell me I'm a graduate of statistics and I have about 20 certifications, and you tell me I'm not useful to your brand. I'm useful to your brand. If I cannot do Google Ads, I can do SEO. If I cannot do SEO, I can write content. If I cannot write content, I can do copywriting. I'm useful to your brand, no matter which way. If I cannot do marketing, I can do sales. That's how you should be. Make yourself valuable. So let me go to the next one, jobs. Now, while you are taking those courses, what next you need to do is put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Never let anybody guess your identity. Now, my identity as at 2019 was a nuisance that shouts and make noise with a broken heart left by a woman that does not love him, broke, poor, with his certificates from Federal University of Technology, Akure, and love talking about politics, a Manchester United fan. That's my identity. As 2019, that was my identity. If you go to my Twitter profile, then what you will see is Man United fan, Whiskey FC. It's kind of bullshit. That's my identity. Now, when I started transitioning into marketing and sales, what I did was change my identity. Now, your identity, you don't go about saying, oh, I'm no more a failure. I'm no more Whiskey FC. I'm now marketing. No. Identity is a perception. You have to let people make this perception about you. Whatever you do, whatever you say, it represents your image. People decide on your identity themselves. Now, I've given people the impression that I am very useless. It's my job to change that identity again. How can I check that? Put yourself out there. Use your WhatsApp, use your Twitter, use your LinkedIn, use your Facebook. Talk about your job. I did marketing and sales. I talk about marketing and sales every blessed day. Once I do a course on Coursera and I learn something, I'll come on my WhatsApp. I'll write about it on my WhatsApp. I think aloud. I'll write about it on my LinkedIn. I'll write about it on my Twitter. I cannot do a course now and not learn something. It's not possible. So basically what I do is, I think our time is fast spent. What I do is I take my time, learn, And once I learn, I come on WhatsApp, I talk about it. You cannot talk about what you don't know. That is the deal. That is the actual reason I'm doing that. While you are putting yourself out there, believe me, I cannot talk about marketing and sales if I don't know it. So basically, if I study a course about marketing on Coursera or Udemy or YouTube, and I could not discuss it on my LinkedIn, I could not discuss it on my WhatsApp, it means I don't understand what I just watched. It means I don't understand that course that I just took. It means go back there, Olawumi. Go back there, Biggie. Go back there and learn it again. That is it. So whatever skill you have picked, whatever way you are transitioning into, if you have picked the course and you just did the course online, you just watch a YouTube video online, and you could not talk about it, you could not put yourself out there with it, you have not learned anything. It's a sign. Go back and learn again. Now, moving on to the next. So you use your LinkedIn, Twitter, and WhatsApp for jobs. Believe me, I've worked with about 5 brands, actually. Some in UK, some in US. And I never really got a job from applying for jobs online. I've not. Let me be truthful with you. Like applying for a job that I see online, I've not gotten a job through that. Most of my jobs came from recommendations. Recommendations from where? From my network, from my WhatsApp, from my Twitter, from my Facebook. People that saw how I do, people that saw how I do with marketing, people that are always seeing my stuff. They recommended me to people. This boy knows what he's doing, using, and I've been fine. Companies I've worked for before and I've resigned, they've recommended me for better companies too. So now, if I'm not using my network, how will I get a job? I will never land a job. I will never. So moving on to the next one, scholarship. So as I tech, right, I have friends that are going for scholarship abroad. It's another way that internet has helped us. So many times people are not privy to these informations before. That's why a lot of people did not have opportunity to travel abroad. But now a lot of people, you can have information. So how do you get a scholarship? Let me just try and go on a journey here with me, right? So stay with me. So you just graduated from school, you studied statistics. Okay, you have a good grade, more than 4.0 over 5, all right. So how do you get a scholarship? You can't get a scholarship that way. What is your research interest? What is the meaning of research interest? I don't even know that. Okay, how about you go on Google and learn what research interest means? How about you put it on YouTube? All right, I put it on YouTube. Okay, this is what research interest means. Okay, what next? Okay, how about you start looking for professors in that research area? How about you put it on Google, professors in statistics, researching this particular research area? Google will bring it. Internet, a level. You don't need to go and read a book. You don't need to read a magazine before you can see the list of professors in the world. Now, it's no more Nigeria, it's no more Nigeria, it's no more national. List of professors in the world, in China, in Asia, in Australia, in UK, in USA, that are in your research area. Google will bring them for you. Power of the internet. Okay, how about you start emailing these people? How about you start telling them you have interest in this? This is your background. This is what you have done before, this and this. How about you do that? That's how you can use your Google, your Gmail, and your LinkedIn for scholarship. So moving on fast, tech. All right, I always say tech saved my life, right? So I'll talk about tech, but there are a lot of things you can do after tech, but let's do tech. Slack, Discord, and Twitter. I'm a Twitter person, and I know the power of Twitter. All right. So Twitter and Discord is a very good platform you can use. Join communities on Discord. You have learned the skill. You've used you've created your portfolio on using LinkedIn. You've talked about yourself everywhere. Join communities on Discord. Join on Slack. You always get job recommendation. I think I got a job from Slack. I'm in a marketing community on Slack, and I got somebody posted a job update there, and I applied and I got a job. Yeah, I think it's a Motek's job. So use Slack, use Twitter, join good communities. Then you need mentors, right? I have mentors in my normal life. I have mentors in tech. So please adplist.org. You can check out the platform for tech mentorship. Next slide, please, as we round up. Next slide, please. Can you stop? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, Oyindamola, please, next slide.
Okay, yes, we are on it. Please, you can just move.
Yeah. So basically, some books you can read. I'm a lover of books, and books are the best thing you can do for your life. I started reading books in 2021. I'm telling you that all this thing I'm telling you, they happened in the space of 2 years. That's how fast it can be. I started being an avid reader in 2021. And these are my top 3 books that changed my life. Again, 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, and Atomic Habits, James Clear. So you can get any of those 3 books and read them up. Next slide, please. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I hope this has helped someone today. I really hope that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very, very enlightening. Yes, so the floor is open for questions right now. Please, if you have questions, go ahead. Yeah, read one. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, Olawumi. Thank you very much, DJ Shippers. This is a value-packed session, and we really appreciate the commitment and the effort, both the speaker and the organizers. Thank you very much. I have 2 questions actually. My first question is, you were talking about the leverage, and while it is obvious that we have all of these leverages, and I mean in terms of our networks, people on our WhatsApp status and WhatsApp contacts and all of that, sometimes it's very difficult to see opportunities sometimes. I mean, unless they are not. I mean, you also stated it that applying for jobs. We have some of us that have been applying, putting ourselves out there, but these opportunities are not just coming. How do you find these leverages, like just to know that okay, this one is for me, and something like that? And my second question is, you said you cited some things that we need to be doing, like trying to read courses and to do some courses online and having a plan and all of that. But all of these border around our work and career life. And what about the social aspect? When we're talking about being a member of a football club, having a time to just take a break from everything and just have and relax, and or a personal time to just enjoy life, something like that. How do you incorporate this into all of this? Thank you.
All right, should I answer that? Oyindamola?
Yes, please.
All right. So Ridwan, to be frank with you, I don't think anybody that is not having a very good financial life and is not doing fine in life deserves to go and rest or to deserve enjoyment. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Well, other people can think you need to enjoy life, but me, I don't think. I don't have a job. I don't have money to feed myself, and I want to. Which money will I even use to enjoy life? It's basically me using 100 naira to go and watch Maga and Chelsea and shout like an idiot there and argue about Rashford not scoring and blah, 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 and go back to my miserable life. No, that's not enjoyment. Why I go out on a Saturday, I take 1 or 2 Heineken and Asun, and then I come back, I sleep. And on a Monday, I'm up again with my miserable life. No. Me personally, I believe that there has to be a year in your career, in your entire life, 2 to 3, 4, 5 years. Let me say 5 years, that you need to block out that this year, this particular 5 years, I'm going to use it to grow myself, grow my finance, and by age 35, I can start enjoying these things that I've built. Okay, that is my belief on that. Then your first question, well, if you don't have a job, you are not good enough. That is me. That's what I told myself, that until I have a job in sales and marketing, I will never stop taking courses. I will never stop putting myself out there. Me not being employable is a sign to me that I am not valuable enough. And how can I make myself valuable? Is by taking more courses, trying to do free internship, and those kind of things. So if I'm applying for jobs and they're not, see, when I apply for jobs around, when I first started, about 3 months into these things, they don't even call me for anything, rejection mail, like very plenty rejection mail. But it always, that is just the indication. I take it as not rejection. I take it as somebody telling me that, Olawumi Kolawole, we saw you, but we felt you are not valuable to our company. You are not good enough. So that's what I always take it as. And I go back and study. I go back to train myself and get better. So if you're not getting a job yet, if you're not getting those gigs yet, it means you're not good enough. There are still some things you need to do. There are still some changes you need to do. Today, I started learning HTML and coding. Why? I need it for my email marketing. I need it to better my email marketing self, because there are some gigs I'm not getting because I don't know HTML and CSS, and I've taken it up. So I expect you to do the same. Thank you. Onidamola, we can't hear you, please. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think she's. Okay, I think Aaron.
Hello. It's like she's having issues with her network. I think we have Toke. Toke, you are the next person to ask question. Toke, kindly ask your question. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. So thank you to the organizers of this program. My question is, how do we know if a course, not like a course, like this particular site, they are offering a course and they are asking you to pay a certain amount of money, probably for a certificate or just for them to know that, okay, you'll be willing to go in all for the session and that's to be like, okay, 2K, 4K, 8K. My question is, I'm always scared to pay this one. Like, what's the point? Am I sure that people are not going to dupe me or something like that? Like, I am earning my money in the hard way. I'm still dependent on my parents somehow, and I'm trying to gain my own income. But now I want to apply for a course and I'm asked to pay a certain amount. How can we verify that this one is genuine? I can go in all out for it and I'm going to get the best result. Thank you.
All right. Which course? Which course are you applying?
There's one I recently applied for, business analysis, I guess on Future Academy, and I can participate. They sent me
Business
the application.
analysis.
Yes, they sent me the admission letter.
All right.
Then I was
all
asked to pay a sum of 8,000.
Yeah.
On Future Academy.
Yeah, I'm coming. So basically, right, my own idea about those things is you need to pay for ignorance. You need to pay. I did pay for some courses, right? I did some courses I don't need also. But if you don't know business analysis, you don't know anything about it though, and somebody is asking you for 8,000 naira to show you some things about business analysis, I would say you should pay. Why? Because you don't know it. No matter what I tell you here, no matter anybody is telling you, you can never know which one is good. They always say, if you know buy fake, you know if you buy original. So how about you buy the fake with 8,000 naira? So that in the nearest future, if anybody is trying to sell that same fake for you, at the rate of 50,000 naira, you will be able to identify it. Thank you.
Finally, I think I actually saw Philemon or something. You are the next to ask your question, and after him, I think that should be the end of the section. So you are the next to ask your question now.
All right, thank you very much. I should be thankful to the Dig Shapers and the speaker. Just presented very well, and actually, I've enjoyed the presentation. The presentation was so straight and straightforward and very educative. So that was perfect. Congratulations to you. And my question is, I will start from where the last speaker started. She elaborated how this internet side of effect can occur, and most of youths tends to believe too much into internet that whatever comes with the internet comes with benefits. I have seen, and I myself have been one of the victims. I applied one of the job that I almost ended up with a big loss. Although I didn't send the money, but it was almost getting me into a very, very bad situation because of that. So my question is, determining that this application is genuine and this is a fake one is a very big problem for the youth. And I think one of the things that we should educate more, or should be educated more, is on how to determine the genuine ones and the fake ones. That the internet is, yes, the regulation, but it should be excused at once. So some points it should be people should understand that they should be careful on internet. That one should be a major of the point.
Right.
So maybe if you could have something to say on that before I go for the next question.
Okay. Thank you, Philemon. I pretty much like the question.
Sorry, Mr. Kolawole. I think Mr. Philemon should just ask his next question so that we can just pick it up like together. So please, what's the second question? Please let it be as quick as possible because of our time frame.
Yes, for the second question is how most of us knows that this is an opportunity to wind up some stuffs in our not knowing well about internet. I expect a lot. I myself expect a lot from here. But what could be the straight benefits after this session?
Mr. Kolawole, thank you. You can answer. Thanks.
All right. Arod, thank you so much. Now let's start from this, right? About the internet being a ground for scammers, yes, it's still a very good tool. But how do you differentiate the scams from the real ones? Now, one of the things I was doing then that was making my life very, very miserable, with tragic lifestyle, is I was playing gamble. I'm a chronic gambler then. I used to play gamble, you bet on Man U, Chelsea, and those kind of bullshit. And the psychology of that is the fact that I'm lazy, not productive, and I'm looking for shortcuts to get my goal. So anybody that is lazy and is looking for how to make money on the internet, you will be scammed. Because this is the mentality you should have in your head. Anything, how to make money, you have to provide value. People only exchange value for value. Money is valuable. Nobody gives you money because you are referring, you are bringing 2 people, 10 people. Nobody gives you money because of this kind of nonsense. You can't be betting on Man U, Chelsea and be expecting money. No, you are living a very miserable and lazy life. So now, understand that value begets value. Value exchange for value. First thing you need to do is be valuable. Once you are valuable, believe me, you brother, valuable jobs will locate you. Valuable things will locate you. You don't have to go on the internet and start looking for shortcuts to make money. This and this. If you invest 5,000, you will make 10,000 next week. That is laziness. That is the laziness in you, unproductive lifestyle that is in you. That's the one speaking at that point in time. Invest 10,000 naira, make 2 million next week. That is laziness speaking through you. So what you need to do to cure that is what? Become valuable. Once you become valuable, value is located you. Trust me on that. Now, what happened when I first got my first breakout in sales and marketing is I do sales and do marketing and everything. And somebody gave me a gig. What's 150,000? I always remember, I was just like, wow. From earning 0 to 150,000, wow. I was happy. Then 2 weeks later, somebody contacted me for a content writing job. I charged that person 300K. I wanted to write content for about 3 months for them. And I wrote the content and everything, and they paid. Then somebody contacted me again. Now, it's because I rose my value. I rose my value from a mere graduate of statistics to now a graduate of statistics that can write content, that can do copywriting, that can do sales, that can do marketing. That is how valuable I am on the internet. And that is why valuable things are locating me. I'm not on the internet looking for shortcuts. So once you go to the internet looking for shortcuts, so things that will cut you short will also locate you. And that is that on that. So moving on to the benefit of this show, I don't know what Digify is planning, but personally, I'm just here to share my experience with you, and I hope you learn from it and grow your personal self. I saw my mentors, they spoke to me like this, and I pick up some lessons from them, and I grew my life. I changed everything about my life. And here I am today speaking to you also. I think the benefit you will enjoy from this talk is for you to remember that you had a conversation with somebody, Olawumi Kolawole, and that was a turnover for you. I remember the person that spoke to me today, and I changed my life all around. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Mr. Kolawole. This is a value-packed section, and we want to especially appreciate you for delivering this amazing and awesome value to our audience. It's so amazing having you on this platform. Thank you so much, Mr. Kolawole. We sincerely celebrate you.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Digify.
thank you so much for coming. Thank you for honoring our invite. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invite. So more information, thank you also everyone for coming. More information about this session and other things we have in store for everyone will be passed on the WhatsApp group. So if you've not joined the WhatsApp group, please do. And also please check your emails. Move our messages from spam to your inbox. Check your spam if you don't see it in your inbox, and move it from spam to your inbox. And also we'll be sharing, if the speaker doesn't mind, if you don't mind, we will be sharing the links to your social media profile so that anyone who wants to get in contact with you will get in contact with you personally on their own. And we'll be doing that on the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much everyone for joining. See you tomorrow for the session, another great one at 8 p.m. So before we leave, will anyone like to say anything, give any comments about how it has been so far? Okay, in the absence of that, thank you everyone. Good night, everyone. Take care, and yes, rest well, take care of yourself, and much more importantly, don't forget what you've learned in this session and execute what you've learned too. So thank you and bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.